Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Storytimers. It's me, Donna Vee, and I'm so excited to be here today. Today is Monday, January 12th, and it is kind of cloudy outside, but it's always sunny in Storytime. So welcome if it is your first time here. Welcome. If not, welcome back. I'm so excited to see you. We are live Sunday through Friday on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and on Twitch. And just so you know, as a reminder, as of March 31st, Periscope will be no more. So please, please, please go over and subscribe and like my page on YouTube. That'd be amazing. That would be under Donna Vee Comedy. If you are a subscriber to Facebook or considering a Facebook subscription, you can go over to Storytime with Donna Vee and you can look up and see all of the story times way back from March 21st of 2020. So welcome and good morning. I'm so excited to be here. Good morning. Ryan is here all the way from Ireland. Nice to see you. And he's saying good morning to everyone. That's so nice. And Frank Simon is here. And they popped in like back to back. And that was so funny because it looked like it was the same message. Good morning. So excited. So yeah, it's a little bit cloudy out and cool on the east coast of New Jersey, aka Nutley. And happy Monday to you, Mom. And Jim Tomlinson all the way from California. Good morning. Nice to see you. We are here to start the day off with positive energy, healthy habits, good manners, and of course, some learning, some laughing, and some stories. So grateful. I'm just so grateful. Actually, one of my favorite ways to wake up is to celebrate gratitude. When I wake up, I think about what it is that day that I'm grateful for. And honestly, I have so much to be grateful for. It's so nice to wake up, even on a day, like I said, that seems cloudy outside and just feels so sunshiny. Yeah. Today's letter, for those of you that want to know what the letter is the letter I. And you know, one of my favorite things about going over the letters is looking at the fact that this is the uppercase and this is the lowercase. And for some reason, the way my brain works, I always think that the lowercase generally looks like if you were to plant it like a seed, it would grow up to be the uppercase. That's what I think of. Good morning, Dennis. What's up? How are you? Nice to see you. And you know, one of my favorite things to do is to read off the kids' names that start with the letter I. Because since we started in March, look at all the kids that have sent in their names for me to say good morning to. And for a while, we were saying good morning to everyone every day. And it took a while, but I didn't really mind. But to change it up and to maybe specialize it and highlight names, we've tried, this is our second round, where we said good morning to only the kids that's names begin with the letter I or whatever the letter is for the day. Yesterday was H. And we know that we had Holland, Hannah, Lorraine, Harper, Hunter, Harper, and Hannah. Now today, I do have to look because since we started this, I have had other people submitting their children's names. So I should just check because I would never want to leave anyone out. Nope. So let's just take a little glance and see if there's anyone else that might be added whose name would start with the letter I, other than who I know from the day that I wrote my list out. Let's see. I don't think so. So good morning then goes out today to some very special names that start with the letter I. For instance, first one is my friend Isaac. And I just want to say, Isaac, I'm very sorry because I know you're waking up this morning and you're not feeling so great because I know you're a big fan of the Steelers. So namaste. Sorry. Isabella, I hope you're watching this morning. And then good morning, of course, to Miss Izzy. So that's Isaac, Isabella, and Izzy. So now we'll put our letter I over there so we know what to look for. Let's see. And exactly, let's see what my mom says. If in it. Instead, ideals, identity, identical as in twins. And of course, one of my favorites is Ireland and Irish. Now, I was going to attempt to read something from this book today, but normally I don't like to pre-read any of the stories, but I kind of looked a little bit and I need to practice my pronunciation of names, and I think I might want to make sure that there's nothing too scary, but I definitely know I'll be practicing and I'll bring this one back just in time for St. Patrick's Day. I hope I can learn the words by then. All right, but I did want to say, remember I told you my executive producer sent books recently and we read them. Well, he also sent that beautiful book, but I just need a wee bit more time to just kind of investigate it. I investigate. Okay, next. Ooh, my music. You know, I'm like a DJ, and this is my soundboard. 2 books. You just have to use your imagination, and you can turn books that you might have in your house that make sounds into anything you want. You could tell a story, you could make a little video, and you can use it for your sound effects. I think it's a pretty awesome idea on how to upcycle, recycle, and reinvent something you might already have. So, now you know one of our other healthy habits is we wake up, we totally appreciate things, and then we brush our teeth. Super duper important because your smile is your calling card. Yep. And when you take off your masks, because you know we all wear them, right? Of course. Do I have my mask up here? I don't think so. Uh-oh. You know what that calls for? My screaming goat. My mask is over there. I see it. Because I don't have to wear a mask when I'm talking to you now. But if I were to be in front of you, I would wear a mask because that's what we're doing. And it's to protect me and protect you. So, something else that we do to build up our immunity is to take vitamins and to drink water and to exercise. So, let's start with a little bit of water. I love water. It's so good for you. Shameless plug. And then, it is so true, we are going to exercise seated with our arm circles and jumping jacks and recite the alphabet. Are you ready? 26 letters of the alphabet. The middle of the alphabet is 13 letters in, and by design or otherwise, it's pretty miraculous. Guess what letter is the 13th letter? M. Amazing, right? Hi, Carol. How are you? Nice to see you. So excited. M for middle. That's right. So are you ready? We're going to start going forward. And then when we get to M, we switch and we go in reverse. Then we get to the letter S. We switch all together to non-spaghetti arms, seated jumping jacks. Let me say this. I just took this out of the dryer and it is cozy. I love clean clothes. Okay, here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, middle, N, O, P, Q, R, S, switch, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That was amazing. Guys, you're getting so good at reciting the alphabet. So the next thing that we do and we learn and we recite, we remember, we practice, is we practice the ASL alphabet. Let's check it out together. This is what the ASL alphabet looks like. See that? This is what helps people that are unable to hear or speak to communicate. And we practice it every day so that by the time you need it, you might remember it, right? It's so good to exercise your mind. It is not just your body. You have to exercise your mind. using your imagination. Mm-hmm. Okay, are you ready? The book that we use, oh, that was like almost an avalanche. The book that we use is, right here. Got it. I'm moving this. I'm afraid of an avalanche, for real. Mm-mm. Dina the Deaf Dinosaur, written by Carol Adebato and illustrated by Valentine. I love that. Oh, yeah? That's awesome. I love that. Christopher Estrite, I love you so much, but I did message you yesterday, and this is our children's show. We'll talk business afterward, I promise. Today is the day to connect, okay? Because we are going to take over the world. Girls Gone Green, right there. Yeah, even though yesterday there were no Jets or Eagles playing. It's okay. We needed a rest. All right, so good morning to everyone watching. I'm so excited that you're here. Are you ready to practice the ASL alphabet? We could say E, A, G, L, E. Wait, that's S. E, S. Even I get a little tripped up sometimes. Ready to practice? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Sorry if I'm going too fast. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Yay! So proud of you. It's so good to practice that, right? And it's good because it can help us communicate with others that you may not normally be able to communicate with. That's the beauty of it. Yep, it is. I love it. So now you know what time it is, right? It's time to try out the alliterative sentence by Frank Simon. Every day he tries to trip me up with his magical wizardry of worddom. Let's see what the wordsmith has for me today. Here we go. Isabella isn't interested in ice cream in Ireland, instead indicating Iggy Icicle's interest. Isabella isn't interested in ice cream in Ireland, instead indicating Iggy Icicle's interest. Isabella isn't interested in ice cream in Ireland, instead indicating Iggy Icicle's interest. Isabella. I would love to have ice cream in Ireland right now. That'd be amazing. Isabella isn't interested in ice cream in Ireland, instead indicating Iggy Icicle's interest in Isabella. You know, if I would have stopped when I was ahead, I tripped at the very last part because that's the tricky part, going from indicating Iggy. Oh, ices. I totally made it a mistake the entire time. Isabella isn't interested in ice cream in Ireland, instead indicating Izzy Ice. Forget it. Frank Simon, you won. Hands down, because it's ices and not icicles. Oh, man. Frank does win. That's hilarious. I love it. And he gets it for just referencing Ireland. Oh, somebody here is biased. Okay. Next. You know what time it is? Oh my goodness, it is vitamin time. I'm so excited to keep going with my healthy habits. And you know, together we can take our vitamins. And the most important thing about this is that you know, even though they smell like candy and they look a little bit like candy, and sometimes they even taste like candy, they're not candy. And you only take what you're supposed to, the recommended daily dosage. And I will say this. Exactly. Oh, that's kind of like the Jets. Have to win sometimes, not often. And you think it's going to be one of each today, huh? Do you, Ryan? All right, well, we're going to find out because in my little hand are my vitamins. And now, if I had to ask for help to open the vitamins because maybe I was little and I couldn't open it by myself, I would want to use my manners. My manners, that's when I would say, please may I have my vitamins? And then I would say, thank you for giving me my vitamins. But the other part that I love is we don't chew with our mouth open or talk with our mouth full. No. What do? I use my favorite book, A Beginner's Guide to the Universe by author Mike Dooley, Uncommon Ideas for Living an Unusually Happy Life. And I use it to cover my mouth. Christopher S. Strite, would you like to help me pick the number of the page today? Picking a number between 7 and 158. Any number between 7 and 158 would be grand. Ready to check it out and see what we have? Oh, I just brushed my teeth. This is going to be a tough one. 1, 2, 3. It is a one of each day. That's amazing. Okay, so one of each, and Christopher S. Strite picked page 17. Ooh, 17. Yes. All right, here we go. First, I need to take my vitamins. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So sour. Okay, so today I literally brushed my teeth and ran into story time. So it's very minty and then very like, ooh. All right, it's okay. We're going to make it through. That's not a reason to not take your vitamins. Just make a silly face. Okay. Here we go. Page 17. Let's see. There's no mark next to it, so that means that we didn't read it yet. So let's put a pen mark next to page 17. Oh, wait, there is a little tiny mark. That's okay. It was when I had to use my gray marker. Oh, I'm excited to see what it says. Here we go. No matter how long you ignore life's magic or unwittingly swim against its current, the instant you stop struggling, you'll be back in the flow. The prodigal child returned home, inheritance fully restored. There are only 3 things you need to know about angels. They're real. Some exist to serve you, and they can do the most when you ask them for help. Just because you're a supernatural, unstoppable creator doesn't mean you can't have friends on your team who help you out from time to time. I love that. I love today's message. I believe in angels. And as a matter of fact, because I do believe in angels, I think today we are going to have to bring forward our social distancing buddy. Do you know who I'll bring forward? If I'm talking about angels, you know, it has to be Dragonfly. I love dragonflies. Yay! Dragonflies are amazing. They're the sweetest little creature. They're little winged earth angels that come around and remind us that, you know what? Even though you can't see someone right in front of you, and maybe it's been a while since you've seen them, they still exist. And you know that I love the idea of social distancing buddies having buddies, right? So I wonder who would be perfect on the letter I day to go with my cute little dragonfly. Who should I pick? let's see. Maybe Lammy. I love Lammy. Lammy just goes with every single one. You know why? Because Lammy is my cuddle bug. I love Lammy. And Lammy is really amazing because you really can't hug a dragonfly, but you can totally hug a Lammy. So together, I think in concert with all the angels, they can make dreams come true. But today we are going to send love and light and laughter out to all of those who maybe are missing someone, or maybe you've been thinking of someone a lot lately, but you just don't know how to tell them. So we can use our love and light from our head and our heart and send it out energetically to elevate the vibration of the global population and make everybody smile today. You ready? You want to work together with me on that? I think it would be amazing. Okay. Hey, my dad is here. Hi, Dad. Good morning. How nice is that? Wow, I didn't know that. Dragonflies are the most successful airborne hunters. They hardly ever miss. That's amazing. Well, that's funny because my dragonflies always represent my grandmother Viola, and that's my dad's mom. And look at that, kind of like Beetlejuice. Look who shows up. Well, I'll tell you what a perfect time to say good morning and send love and light and laughter and peace and joy out to everyone watching. All right, are you ready? So from your head, then your heart, and your whole being. Signs are everywhere. 1, 2, 3. That was amazing. Wow. A lot of energy on that. I love that. Yeah, you have to believe, right? I do. I believe in angels. Okay, so here we go. So these little guys are our helpers today. They're going to come back here so we can get ready for story time. And what I will not forget today that I did forget the other day is, nope, not breakfast. Breathing in and out and saying our I am statements. Can you imagine of all days? And you know, I am. It is an amazing way to say an affirmation of positivity, never anything negative after I am. Okay? So let's get ready. I am excited. I am grateful. I am hopeful. I am ready to read. Are you ready to listen to some stories today? Because I have a feeling you're going to like the stories. You might love them. As a matter of fact, the 2 first books are for the little ones. And in the title, it says, I like bugs. And there she is. That is incredible, right? I love that. Here we go. And it's written by Margaret Wise Brown, illustrated by G. Brian Karras. Margaret is my other grandmother, Margaret McQuaid. Here we go. I like bugs. I like bugs. Black bugs, green bugs. That's an ant and an inchworm, which I happened to eat half of as a kid. Just curious. Bad bugs, mean bugs. Ah! They're taking away his potato chips. Well, they get hungry too. Any kind of bugs. A bug in a rug. A bug in the grass. A bug on the sidewalk. A bug in a glass. I like bugs. I do like bugs. They don't bother me. And I never squish them. I always rehome them. Round bugs. Shiny bugs. Fat bugs. And buggy bugs. Big bugs. And ladybugs. I like bugs. I like bugs. Good morning, Janine. I don't know how to say that. Sino po yung nasa laikad niya ho. But good morning, whatever that means, and welcome. Okay, I like bugs. Now, we can like something, right? You could say, I like bugs, but then some people love things, like in this book by Sue Stainton and Anne Mortimer called I Love Cats. Let's see what's so good about cats. I love cats. And there's a spider. To Mom and Dad. Look at all the cats. Cats, cats, cats. I love cats. Big cats and little cats. Thin cats and fat cats. Hairy cats and scaredy cats. Aw. Angry cats and cool cats. I don't know about angry cats. Angry cats would be scary cats. Spotty cats and stripy cats. Purry cats and whirly cats. Cats on your head. Cats in bed. I love cats. Looks like Bartholomew. Cats, 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 cats. I love cats. Giggly cats and wiggly cats. Flying cats and trying cats. Dancing cats and prancing cats. Wiry cats and fiery cats. Wiry and fiery. Ooh, singing cats and swinging cats. Cats that wink, cats that think. I love cats. I like the cats winking. Cats, cats, cats. I love cats. Bubbly cats and snuggly cats. Hoppy cats and floppy cats. bumbling cats and tumbling cats. Oh my gosh. Toffee cats and coffee cats. So I would say, I say coffee. Toffee cats and coffee cats. But I say toffee. That's confusing. Toffee and coffee. Weirdy cats and beardy cats. Oh, that's not a weirdy cat. It's just hairless. Cats in your pocket, cats in the drawer. Cats in the kitchen, cats in the hall. Cats, cats, cats. I love cats. They really love cats. I don't know what you feel about cats. They're nice. I would never be able to have one. I'm allergic. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe a hairless cat. They're beautiful. I love my dog. Okay. Are you ready for the third book? I'm so excited. Luckily, I even brought up a bonus book because I knew just by the title of those books and the fact that the age groups were for little ones, they really weren't going to be that wordy. So this is the next book with the letter I in its title. And I am so lucky because these were donated to me by my friend and client, Karen. Karen, look at this book. I don't know how old it is, but it's called In the Forest. But I love the lion with the comb and the crown and the elephants. I love, love, love all these animals. Story and pictures by Marie Hall, ETS. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Oh, this is an oldie. The copyright is 1944. I had a new horn and a paper hat. And I went for a walk in the forest. A big wild lion was taking a nap, but he woke up when he heard my horn. Where are you going? He said to me. May I go too if I comb my hair? So he combed his hair and he came too. When I went for a walk in the forest, I like the smile on the lion. 2 elephant babies were taking a bath, but they stopped their splashing when they saw me. Wait for us, they said, as they dried their ears. One put on his sweater, and one put on some shoes, and the elephant babies came too. When I went for a walk in the forest, 2 big brown bears sat under a tree. They were counting their peanuts and eating jam. Ah. Wait a minute, they called. We want to go too. So they picked up their peanuts and a spoon for the jam, and the big brown bears came too. Well, wait a second. Careful. When I went for a walk in the forest, monkey's got a parade now. A mother and father kangaroo were teaching their baby how to hop. We'll bring our drums, the mother said, and our baby is no bother at all. I carry him in my pocket. So the baby climbed in to his mother's pouch, and the kangaroos came too. When I went for a walk in the forest, an old gray stork was sitting down beside a pool of water. He sat so still that I had to go near to see if he was real. Wow, imagine that. The stork stood up and looked at me. He did not say one word, but when I went back to my animals, that funny bird came too. Two little monkeys high up in the trees. See them? Stopped playing and shouted when they saw me. A parade! A parade! We like a parade! So they got their best suits from a hole in the tree. And the two little monkeys came too when I went for a walk in the forest. Look at that. I spied a rabbit behind a tall weed. Don't be afraid, I called to him. If you want to go too, you can walk with me. So the rabbit came too. I blew my horn, the lion roared, the elephants trumpeted through their trunks. The big bears growled, the kangaroos drummed, and the stork clapped his bill. The monkeys shouted and clapped their hands, but the rabbit made no noise at all when I went for a walk in the forest. We came to a place made for picnics and games, so we stopped and ate peanuts and jam and some ice cream and cake that were there. We played drop handkerchief once all around. Look at that. How nice. And London Bridge is falling down. Then I was it for hide and seek, and everyone hid except the rabbit. He just stood still. Coming, I called. Then I opened my eyes, and there wasn't an animal there at all. But there was Dad. He was hunting for me. Whom were you talking to? He said. To my animals. They're hiding, you see. But it's late, Dad said, and we must go home. Perhaps they will wait till another day. So I called to them as I rode away. Goodbye, I said. Don't go away. I'll hunt for you another day. when I come for a walk in the forest. I love that. I wonder if I have that book over in the bag of donated books. That was a really cool book. I love the illustration. The Caldecott Honor Book. It says it right there. Very, very, very cool. In the forest. I wonder, should I check? Or maybe I'll read that on the letter J day. Now, I did pick a bonus book, just in case, because I saw it in the bag and I couldn't resist. Now, where did I put that book? Oh, book. Where'd you go? Let me see. This is not good. I know I had it. It was right here. Because it had a frog on it. Yeah, tomorrow is Jay. That's right. Good thing you told me. Uh-oh, wait. Here it is. I found it. This, I just love the cover because I love the crown. The Frog Prince by Paul Gauguin. Look at that. Ooh. I do. I love crowns. Here we go. It's another famous book. Adapted from retelling by the Brothers Grimm. The Frog Prince. Look at him. In the old times, there lived a king whose youngest daughter was so lovely that the sun himself, who had seen so much, marveled each time he shone over her. That's beautiful. Near the royal castle, there was a great dark wood, and in the wood, under an old linden tree, was a well. When the day was hot, the king's daughter used to go into the wood and sit by the cool well. Then she would take out a golden ball and throw it up and catch it again, for this was her favorite pastime. See that? One day, the golden ball dropped to the ground near the edge of the well and rolled in. The king's daughter began to weep, and she wept and wept as if she could never be comforted. And in the midst of her weeping, she heard a voice saying to her, let's see what accent I should do today. And in the midst of her weeping, she heard a voice saying to her, I can't. What ails thee, king's daughter? Your tears would melt a heart of stone. And when she looked to see where the voice was coming from, there was nothing but a frog stretching his thick, ugly head out of the water. Do you see him? What would he sound like, I wonder? Maybe a tinker. Oh, is it you, old waddler? She said. I weep because my golden ball has fallen into the well. Never mind, do not weep. I can't do it, answered the frog. I can help you, but what will you give me if I fetch your ball again? Oh, he wants to bargain with her. Well. Whatever you like, dear frog, she said. Any of my clothes, my pearls, or even the golden crown that I wear. Your clothes, your pearls, and your golden crown are not for me, answered the frog. But if you would love me and have me for your companion, and let me eat from your plate and drink from your cup and sleep in your bed, then I would dive below the water and fetch your golden ball for you. Oh, yes, she answered. I will promise it all if only you will get me my ball." But she thought to herself, "What nonsense he talks, as if he could do anything but sit in the water and croak, or could possibly be anyone's companion." But the frog, as soon as he heard her promise, drew his head under the water and sank out of sight. After a while, he came to the surface again with the ball in his mouth and threw it onto the grass. The king's daughter was overjoyed to see her golden ball again, and she picked it up and ran off with it. "Stop! Stop!" cried the frog. "Pick me up too. I cannot run as fast as you." But it was of no use, for she would not listen to him. Instead, she hurried home and soon forgot all about the poor frog. Oh, that's terrible. She broke a promise. The next day, when the king's daughter was eating from her golden plate with the king and all the court, there came the sound of something pitter-patter hopping up the marble stairs. And there came a knocking at the door and a voice crying, "King's youngest daughter, let me in." Look at that. He followed her. When she opened the door, there was the frog sitting outside. Then she shut the door hastily and went back to her seat, feeling very uneasy. The king noticed how quickly her heart was beating and said, "My child, what are you afraid of? Is there a giant standing at the door, ready to carry you away?" "Oh no," she answered. "No giant, but a horrid frog." "And what does that frog want?" asked the king. "Oh, oh, dear father," answered she. "Yesterday, when I was playing, my golden ball fell into the well, and while I was crying, the frog came and got it for me, after I promised I would let him be my companion. I never thought he would leave the water, but now he is outside the door, and he wants to come in." Whoa. This is such a beautiful book. And they all heard the frog knocking the second time and crying, "King's youngest daughter, open the door to me. By the well water, what promised you to me? King's youngest daughter, now open the door to me." "You must do as promised," said the king to his daughter. "Now go and let him in." So she opened the door, and the frog hopped in. Oh my goodness. Then he cried, "Lift me up to sit by you." But she delayed doing so until the king ordered her. When the frog was on the chair, he hopped up on the table, and there he sat and said, "Now push your golden plate a little nearer so that we may eat together." Look at that. And so she did, but everybody could see how unwilling she was. The frog ate heartily, but the king's daughter could not eat a thing. "Now I am tired," said the frog at last. "You must carry me to your room, and we will lie down and go to sleep." Can you imagine? She had to keep her promise. Then the king's daughter began to weep, for she was afraid of the cold frog. Now the king grew angry with her and said again, "You must do as promised." So she picked up the frog with her finger and thumb and carried him upstairs and put him in a corner. When she had lain down to sleep, the frog hopped up, saying, "I am tired, and I want to sleep. Take me up, or I will tell your father." Oh my goodness. Then she felt beside herself with rage, and picking him up, she threw him with all her strength against the wall, crying, "Now be quiet, you horrid frog." Oh my goodness. That's so cruel. But as he fell, he ceased to be a frog and suddenly became a prince with beautiful, kind eyes. Oh my goodness. Now I wonder what's going to happen because she was so not nice. Oh, I bet she's got frog grit. And the prince told her how a wicked witch had bound him by her spells, and how no one but the king's daughter could have released him, and that they would be married and go together to his father's kingdom. Look at the witch. That's scary. And so they were married and set out for the prince's kingdom in a golden carriage drawn by 8 white horses with red plumes on their heads. And behind the carriage was standing faithful Henry, the servant of the young prince. Henry had suffered such sadness and pain when his master was turned into a frog that he had to wear 3 iron bands around his heart to keep it from breaking. But now he was full of joy at his master's happiness. Oh my goodness. She's so lucky, because I would have been very upset if she threw me against the wall and then I turned into a prince and then she was like, "Oh, okay, come on." She made the promise, and a promise is a promise. Suddenly, as they neared the castle, there was a cracking sound. The prince thought it must be a wheel breaking, but it was the bursting of the bands from around Henry's heart, because he was now so relieved and happy that the prince was free again. I guess you could say I'm just hopeful. The frog prince. You have to treat all the frogs nicely. You never know which one's going to be the prince. Aww. I swear, sometimes I will say, drats. Okay, we have time for one more book. And I think that maybe what we should read today is, let's see. Let's see if we can find a book that maybe starts with I. You Are My I Love You. Here we go. It's a sweet book. You Are My I Love You by Marianne K. Cusimano, illustrated by Satomi Ikiwaka. I don't even know. All right. I am your parent, and you are my child. I am your quiet place, and you are my wild. Ichikawa. I am your calm face, and you are my giggle. I am your weight, and you are my wiggle. I am your carriage ride, and you are my king. How could you even imagine that that would just have happened? Magic. I'm your push, and you are my swing. I am your audience, you are my clown. I am your London Bridge, you are my falling down. That's the second reference to a prior book. I am your carrot sticks, you are my licorice. I am your dandelion, you are my first wish. I am your water wings, and you are my deep. I am your open arms, and you are my running leap. I am your way home. You are my new path. I am your dry towel, and you are my wet path. I am your dinner, and you are my chocolate cake. I am your bedtime, and you are my wide awake. I am your finish line, and you are my race. I am your praying hands, and you are my saying grace. I am your favorite book, and you are my new lines. I am your nightlight, and you are my starshine. I am your lullaby, and you are my peekaboo. I am your goodnight kiss, and you are my I love you. You are my I love you. That is a great book. I love this little book. Ichikawa. So it's Marianne K. Kusumano and Satomi Ichikawa. You guys, do you know that that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books? 5 books. We are so lucky to have time together. It is now, it's that time. Do you know what time it is? Well, breakfast time maybe, but it's hug time. Are you ready? We have to get our squishmallow from my little friends all the way up from Massachusetts, Liliana and Melanie. I thank them every day because this was one of the sweetest gifts that anyone has ever sent me. They wanted me to have one of their esteemed squishmallows, and they filled it with hugs. So I share my hugs with all of you watching. If you're watching the replay, it still works. So, but then we have our traditional hug. Are you ready? Here we go. Put your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on your right, and give yourself a squeeze. Hug yourself so tight. Know that everything's going to be all right. And I love you. And it's going to be an amazing day. All right? So maybe like a little extra squeeze today. And then we breathe our way out and wish each other well, because today's been really fun. And be nice to frogs. You never know. Okay? I am grateful. I am patient. I am kind. I am bursting with excitement. I cannot believe it. That was a fast hour today. And I thank you so much for joining me. And for those of you that like to manifest, parents or even kids, tonight is Manifesting Monday. Oh yeah, you're not going to want to miss it. So I'll see you later, alligator. Bye. Love you. Oh, and don't forget, in 7 minutes, make a wish.